Happy New Year's, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to introduce myself as we start a new year. I know that this will be a great year as we do more of ArchiCAD, object making, and also interior design concepts. Today I want us to continue with the table that we were doing last time. We did a table, as you can see from my 3D. This is what we did. Now today I want us to put the drawers for this. And in order for us to do the drawers, I want us to start with the schematics like we did last time. Just like last time when we were doing the desk, we first started with the making of the outlines for each of the items. Now I have two outlines here. The first one is the section of how the drawer will look like, and then we have the floor plan of the drawer as well. So based on this, we can be able to now do the coding appropriately. Now let's go to the coding itself. What I need to do is to click on the table from the floor plan and then go to edit objects and then open the object. And then we have this page. Now from last time you can remember we were working from the 3D, so go to 3D, and now today, as you can see from last time, we had what we call the desktop. That's what we made. We made the legs and we made the modesty. So I need to include now the drawer. So I'll do go sub 400, then I can write the drawers. And then once you do this up here, it needs to be reflected down here. So copy this, make it as a title. This is 400. Always remember to have a return. Now let's start. Let's start with the positioning of the drawer. From our floor plan, we can see from the level of 0, it's starting after 200, which we are calling the modesty offset. And we've said all heights are denoted by ZZ, Y, ZX. So come here and add Z, then you can copy modesty offset Z, copy, then add. And like last time, you can see from up here, we were dealing with what we call the prism. So I'll write prism, and from the main drawing, I want us to start with this lower part. So I'll start with that one, then we build this side part of the drawer, and then we draw the drawers themselves. Our drawers, the lower part, that's the shelf, is the one that is highlighted here. Let me highlight for you. This is what makes the shelf, and that's what we'll start with. So this is the first point of the shelf, the second, the third, point 4, and then you have to return back, so it's 5 points. And then when you look from the elevation, the thickness of the shelf, so write 5 points, and the thickness of our drawer material, again I'll stick to the same as leg width. So click and then start the actual planning. The first point, which happens to be this one, we said it's half of A, because this is the mid, it's half of A but to the positive, so we are talking of A divided by 2, come here, write A divided by 2, minus all the measurements that we need to get to this point. 1, we have to remove the leg offset, we have to remove the leg width and also remove the drawer width. So come here, and put into bracket reg offset x plus reg width plus, let me get it from here, drawer width, comma. Now get the value of b. The value of b will be determined by the distance here. You can see from, again, this is the value of b, this is the mid, so we are dealing with half of b. It's b divided by 2, but now to the negative, because we said anything towards this side is negative, positive, positive, negative. So we are going to remove the reg offset. I forgot to include something here. Let's write first here. And our parameters, come here and write handle width is 20, and then include the spacing add 5. Go back. So what you are supposed to remove is the reg offset, the 20 for the drawers, and then remove the spacing to get to this point here. So come here, 3D, so it's minus b divided by 2 plus reg offset y plus spacing plus something we've just written, hand width. And then 15. To go to the next point, you can copy this. We'll just edit a bit. Now we are here. We are at this point here, which also corresponds to this point here. It will be a divided by 2 minus these two measurements, the 18 and 30. So again, come here. So we are removing the leg offset and the leg width. B remains the same because they are within the same line. We go to the third point. That point happens to be here. To get to this point here, it's this distance, which is 120, and the reg. We've already discovered that 120 is the modesty. Okay, come here. A is the same. We've determined is the same. So we do modesty offset. Remember, this is to the positive plus the leg width. Remember, it's positive because it's beyond this line. So we say this is for B's, this is positive and this is negative. Then we come to this point. So copy here, paste, and you realize this point is at the same point as whatever is started here. So it means the same A goes to the fourth A, and in terms of B, it corresponds to what we had here. So that one we don't change. And then finally, we pick the first line, and remember, for us to finish we said you do -1, and because we have this add z, we have to delete this, and then you can check your script. Initiated variable, I don't know which one is that. After checking it out, I realized that we had not made this item. So copy, draw with, come to parameters, make new, make sure you put it there, draw with, then we have 400. Okay, let's check whether it's still okay. The GDL script is okay. Now check the 3D, and you can see for yourself we've already made the lower shelf. Let's do the side part of the drawer. Again, I'll copy, I'll just go down here, add a prism. It will have 5 sides. Let's confirm. This is the one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one. Okay, so come here. The same thickness as the leg width. Then we do the first part. The first part is the whole of the leg width. So we are at this point here. So we have to move a divided by 2 minus the leg offset and the leg width and the draw width. So that's what we are going to do. Come here. Maybe you can copy the first part. A divided by 2, leg offset, leg width, and draw width. And in terms of B, it still works the same as the other one. It will be B divided by 2 minus 30 minus this one and the spacing. So this means the same as the first point. Come to the second one. The second point is here. So it is everything we had discussed minus leg width, which means because we already have the leg width, there's no point. So we just remove the leg width from our code. So remove the leg width. The B part remains the same because whatever was here is still the same as the first point. Now we come to the back part. We can even copy the third point from here. The third point is this one. So again, for A, it's the same as this second point. Let's cross check. This should be the same. Trying to check whether there's a problem here. Oh yeah, so what we are removing is just the leg width. I'm sorry for that. We just remove the leg width. Leg width there. So it should have been like this. So this should be the same as this one. And in terms of B, it is B positive divided by 2 minus the 120 and the leg width. That's okay. Copy this, paste. We've said the first point and the fourth point in terms of they are the same. So copy this one and paste it here. Then copy the whole of this and then paste it here, and then remember the last point is -1. Now in terms of height here, we'll have a difference because height of this panel here is the whole of the height minus the modesty offset and the top width. So we come here, we just write y, zx minus modesty, copy, plus top width. And always remember there's this add, and let's bring it here also because it's starting after the modesty z and then the delete 1. Let's check. Not enough parameters. Let's see. 1. We need a comma here. Let's cross check. Let's view our desk. And you can see our drawer is coming up. Now, up to this point, we've made the shell. That's the building block for the drawer. we need the drawer parts that normally come at the front. And this is where we now get into what we normally call the control statements. I've already opened a page for you. Now we'll use what we call the for to next statement. These statements always help us to multiply. You only need to create one item and then the program will multiply that thing into the many times that you need. For example, we need our drawer to be 3 drawers and we need first to show that through the parameters. So come here, create a new parameter. You can call it drawer number, drawer numbers. This time this will be an integer. Write drawer numbers and have 3. Come here, go back to 3D, and then let's do the drawers. First I'll start with the prism. It will be 5. Now when you use a control statement, this is the one that will determine the heights for our drawers. So for now I'll just give an arbitrary size and then you'll see where we'll get the height from. So write top width, that's it. Then we go to the actual drawer. You can even copy. Come here, we need drawers around here. So the first thing you need to ask yourselves, here they are. This is the actual thing. So the first point of the drawer is here. That being the first point means it's A divided by 2 minus leg offset, leg width, and the drawer width. Let me write that. A divided by 2 minus drawer offset. Sorry, let me copy from here for ease. Where was it? Oh, draw width, sorry. Draw width plus leg offset y plus leg width. That's the first point. You go to the B point. B, we are only removing the leg offset and removing the handle width. So it's minus B divided by 2 plus, you can put into bracket, leg offset x plus handle width. Remember, if you make a mistake, it will always give you an error. But at this point, you cannot even try because we must get to these 5 points. It will always give an error. Copy this. Let's come to the second point, which happens to be here. So it's A divided by 2 minus these 2 items. And that happens to be the leg offset and the leg width. So remove this. B remains the same because we had the same length here, is the same length between these two. Let's get to the third point. A remains the same, but B will be minus everything, minus these 3 items, 18, 20, and 30. Copy this, paste. B, that's the leg, X, handle width, and plus the leg width. Copy this one, paste. We've said the first point of A is the same as for the point of A, and then B, let's see the B here, B remains the same as the third point, and then copy the first point, and then make this one as -1. Now this is just the structure of the drawer. We need to make sure that we use the control loop now to help us get the height of the drawers and the number of drawers that we want. The first step that we need sorry, this one doesn't belong here, belongs to the first statement. We need to ask ourselves, what is the available height that these drawers are spreading? You can create an equation here like available space is equal to zzx. Let's confirm. We are here. It's the whole of this height minus top width and the modesty offset, because our drawers should lie on top of this. So we're only removing this and this one. So come here, minus top width plus, let me write nicely, top width plus modesty offset. Have it down here. After this, you need to determine now the number of drawers. So the number of drawers, we can say the number drawer num is equal to the available space divided by the number of drawers. Oh, sorry, not 3. Should never work with the numbers. We write with these variables. Come here and have that one. After this, you go for the for loop. You need to read that so that you can understand more. So for, we always use I is equals to 1 to the number of drawers that you've set. Then add z. Remember, drawers are growing upwards. From the first one that is starting, we are growing 3 or 4 times the number that you want. So you write add z, and add z will be, we remember this, the modesty offset z, modesty offset z plus, now this is what determines the length of each drawer. So plus this one you have just to take as I give you because it's too technical. Then drawer num plus I multiply by drawer num, and then replace the top width with drawer num, because this is the height of each drawer. And then whenever you're doing the drawers, there's always that space between one drawer and the other. Each size of the drawer you reduce by the spacing, and the spacing we give as 5. Remember, we discussed this about the add z, add x, they are called transformers. So whenever you add a transformer, always delete. So do a delete 1 because you only have one transformer, and then finish with the next. It's part of the loop. Next I. Check whether you have any mistake, and initialized variable line 92. Let me check on it first. Yeah, I've checked it out and I've seen the word handle width is not well spelled, so let's copy this one. There was a misspelling. Don't worry, this is very common with this kind of work, any kind of coding, but you need to be organized so that you don't make so much of it. Check, it's okay. Let's check our drawer. You can see where we are. We've already created 3 drawers, but you can tell there are a few mistakes here. It has gone inside rather than outside, and it's going upwards. So that one can be rectified. What we need is to remove the first drawer num. Perfect. You can see these errors will result, but it's always good you check on them. Our drawer is already inside these other panels. This tells me the problem is not our drawers, the problem is with our side and the shelf. we didn't consider the thickness of the drawers. So we can rectify that one. Making mistakes helps, so that's fine. So let's see, and this will affect point 1 and 2, otherwise the other one is correct. So we rectify point 1 and 2. Let's see, that's under B and 2. So you see, it's a leg offset. You remove the spacing, the handle width, and leg width. You add this to the first point and to the second point and the last point, because we said point 1 is the same as point the last one. Do the same here and do the same here. Let's check it out, and you can see we've cracked the problem at the head. Before I end on this, let me show you something. Now to confirm that it's working, come here, write 2 drawers, perfect. Write 4 drawers, perfect. You can see, automatic because of the control loop. Control loops are very good for such things. Next time we'll be doing the handles. It's a bit complicated, and also do wire management. Wire management is where we do grommets on top to remove some cutting. And thanks a lot, guys. See you next time. It's a bye bye from me. Keep subscribing to my channel, like, comment. I need to hear from you guys. Let's learn together. These things are easy, although it takes time to learn about doing them, and it's always fun. Thank you.